Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's live session. Once again, I'm very excited for the incredible conversation that we are going to have today, which comes with a simple promise that today is going to help you level up fast. You see, we all are at one stage or the other in our lives where things may be going good, or things may be going bad, or things may be going average, but we want to go to the next level. We want to unlock that phase of growth, be it in our relationships or our health or our career or our finances. We all want that next level of result. So either we can achieve a goal or prove ourselves or something else or the other, which is our aim with the goal that we want. But essentially, if I had to describe the dilemma that a lot of us are stuck in, it's this simple. We are here, we want to go to this next level, which is way up here, and we don't know how to cross the journey or make the path happen. And usually, what we do is we think of growth in terms of results, we think of success in terms of results, we think of a change in terms of the results it creates. And while that's a reasonable measure, I would like to offer you a different lens today and help you understand where change truly happens from. Because it's transformational when it happens from the core, it's temporary when it happens from the surface. I'll repeat that again. Change is transformational when it happens from the core and temporary when it happens on the surface. The paradox is we all tend to notice and prioritize only the surface level changes, not the core level changes, because we can rarely, if ever, see the core. We can not even see it in action, but it defines everything we do, everything we are, everything we become. And that's why focusing on that core growth is actually way more important than any surface level growth. We'll understand this by a simple example, and the analogies that I'm going to give you today, they're going to make a lot of sense. But essentially, the main premise, the main thing I want you to understand is, if you're here and you want to go up here to the next level, this journey has a lot of how to steps. This journey has a lot of strategies that you can take, whether you're in business or in job, whether it's about a relationship or something in your personal life, anywhere you want to level up. You can have a million different strategies. Let's understand this core thing first. You can follow a new business plan, you can read a new book which gives you more relationship advice, you can talk to a trusted friend and you can learn how to grow further, you can join a gym or a group of running or a running club, as we now say, and start practicing there and improving your health there. So to achieve your goals, to achieve your end goal, there are a million and a different ways that you have in your life. So the ways are not scarce, the opportunity is not scarce, the growth is not scarce. Yet, why are we not able to achieve it? Despite so much connectivity and so much opportunity today, this is something really important to think about. More and more people are feeling lost, confused, frustrated, worried, and honestly just dreadful about what they want to do in their careers. They're sitting there afraid, oh my god, AI is going to take my job. What am I going to do? And while that worry is good, it should push you to action. What is it instead doing is it's keeping you stuck at this level where you are, not letting you go to the level where you want to be. And all that time you're feeling bad about yourself. You're focused on which skill I need to learn, which AI tool I need to be more familiar with. So, what is something else that I need to understand for growth or for other things? But the focus is once again where? On getting the external results, but not the internal transformation. Now, here's a simple example to help you understand why that internal transformation matters the most. What do you think is the easier way to make $1 million? Let's think about it. Is it easier to make $1 million by actually working hard, grinding, and building a business? Or is it easier to build $1 million worth of capital by winning a random lottery? Well, if we think in terms of just the effort itself, let's bring it down to that, where a lot of people have their contentions. The simple point is lottery is the way we get to the $1 million way faster without any effort. So let's say tomorrow you wake up in the morning and by some miraculous magic, you wake up to winning $1 million in lottery and like, oh yes, I am a millionaire now. Finally, I achieved my goal. And then you're sitting there thinking, wow, what am I going to do with this money? What are all the things I'm going to buy? And you're wondering about that. And then when the money gets deposited in your bank account, you're a bit shocked because the government took their share even before you had a chance. So rather than $1 million, what you got was only $700,000 because 30% goes into tax. Now, nobody prepared you for that, did they? When they first told you about the lottery. That time it was only excitement. That time it was only, I am going to have $1 million. And now suddenly, a challenge you weren't even prepared for comes your way. But that's still a normal thing, right? Now, with the remaining $700,000, what are you going to do in your life? You could do a lot of things. You could start a business, you could buy a home, you could buy a luxury car. There's so many options out there, right? Well, what do the people who win lotteries usually do? They purchase all the materialistic things that account as outward measures of success just to prove themselves to the world. So, most lottery winners will take the $1 million and they'll put it into a car and a beautiful bungalow and a beautiful estate that they always wanted to have, all those diamonds and those rubies and those luxury watches and those high end art collections and any random thing that they feel satisfies their life and puts them into the luxury high class arena of people. And as the person is doing that, they're losing track of their finances. So imagine this, you got the lottery, but 2 years later, you have the car, but no money to put fuel in the car. You have the house, and you're tired because every single day you are the one sweeping this mansion that you bought out of no logic. And because of that, what's happening is you don't even have money to pay for the house help to even take care of these things because now you don't know how to make the money again. See, $1 million wasn't going to last you a lifetime, right? It was going to take time to take it to the next level, to build it up. But you didn't do that. What you did was you won the lottery. You got the result, but you got the result without any core transformation or without building any internal skill set. And as a result of that, the money won't stay, the success won't stay, the growth won't stay. You want to become a CEO of $1 million company, you want to become the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, take your career to that level. By all means, go ahead and do it. Tomorrow, go and sit in that CEO's chair, see the pressure that they're dealing with, and you're probably going to say, you know what? I'm fine with my little life. I don't really want that. If you're single and you're desperate for a relationship and you're like, I really want that, I really want to get married, I don't know why it's not happening, talk to married couples. Ask them if it's all bliss and all wonderful and all incredible, and you'll know the answer is completely no. It's not the truth. It's a fantasy. But if you believe in that fantasy, prepare to be disappointed. Can you have a fulfilling relationship? 100%. But how? By first transforming yourself at the core so you are full of love, you're full of respect, you're full of joy. So you attract a partner who does the same for you, who has the same feelings for themselves, and both of you are coming together and growing in life towards your goals because you have that higher standard of values and purpose even before having any other things as attraction. When you match on that core level is when you truly build a successful relationship. But no one teaches that. What everybody's focused on is how do I get a relationship? How do I flirt with a person? How do I get the connection? Well, get all of that done. If you are the same person within at this level, you cannot handle the success that comes up at this level. And what you'll end up doing is sabotaging it. Just like the lottery winner who got the $1 million, but who didn't work for it, did not lose hard work. What they lost was the opportunity to grow and become a person who could actually create that magic and who, if brought down to zero again, now has the skill set of raising $1 million, creating value, and creating the business for people. Now, that skill set, that growth, that core transformation is what I call leveling up. That is what I call as growth. The external measures can and will come. That's a different story. Can you first become the person who deserves that external success that you want? That understanding comes only when you look at intrinsic growth over external rewards. When your intrinsic growth becomes your core driving factor, life starts to happen for you instead of against you. Because now you're not dreading the work it takes to go to the gym and become healthy, because you know it's not about just losing the weight, it's about becoming a person who's consistent and dedicated and committed and full of self respect. When it comes to your relationships, it's no longer going to be fights and arguments and all these the problems. It's first going to be about, have I become the person who deserves and appreciates and lives and loves a healthy, wonderful, connecting, respectful, empowering relationship? Or I have my own insecurities that I haven't even addressed, which I'm expecting the other person to fulfill for me? In my career, am I really doing all that it takes to upgrade myself first as a person, and then focus on the external rewards and the external results which are going to come naturally and without any doubt, without any worry? Am I focused on that, or am I just focused on the money and the growth and the fame and all that stuff, but not on the value I need to create to get to that money and success in the first place? And in my financial life, am I just running behind that $1 million, or am I becoming the person who can handle the financial pressure and the goals and the uncertainty and the challenges that come with building a business? Because the truth is this: you cannot run away from the challenges. If you're leveling up to this higher level, even before you get the rewards, universe or higher power or just circumstances of life are going to test you in such a way that they test your mettle, they test your resolve, they test your strength within. And if you don't pass on that test, if you flunk, you back to the lower level where results were, have, and always will be stuck for you. So think about it. Do you want to keep chasing results? Do you want to keep chasing end outcomes that don't even fulfill you? Are you finally ready to stop playing at this level, and before achieving your goals, you become the person who achieves that goals, who naturally makes it happen? So think about this tonight. Whatever your biggest goals are, whatever your biggest successes are that you are chasing in your life, what kind of a person, with what characteristics, values, standards, ethics, so many different things, perspectives on the world, what kind of a person would deserve that and maintain that easily and effortlessly? And then just honestly look at where you are today, and you will see why you are not where you are. It's not a coincidence. It's literally the result of whatever you've been living before. The good news is, if today you choose to change the pattern and you choose to upgrade and you choose to stop being the small person and first focus on who do I need to become rather than what do I need to have, and you become that person by going through the core transformations within you, the magic that happens is challenges no longer deter you, problems no longer suffocate you. Rather than making you worried, you deal with them with an open arm, with welcome arm, saying, "Bring it on, I'm ready, I can handle it." And every successful person has that skill in common between them. So if you are someone who wants to really grow in life, I would say bring your growth measures inwards. Focus on the transformation that's happening in small but important ways. Look at how you are changing as a person in the big, small decisions that you're making every single day. Is there a difference in your energy? Is there a difference in the way you're showing up? Is there a difference in the way you're communicating and being confident around people? If yes, you know you're in the right direction. Now, the best part is when you focus on internal growth, the feedback loops do not take $1 million to come. They're daily, they're instant, so you're constantly on that journey to improvement. If, let's say, you're just focused on the goal of, I want to make $1 million by the end of the year, and the end of the year comes and you're only at $500,000, you're like, I fell short. Well, that's good. That's good to understand, but it's too late. You can't go back and change anything in the year, right? But if you focus on who do I need to be to achieve $1 million easily and effortlessly? What kind of characteristics, values, work ethic, vision, purpose, dream, whatever you want to think of, what kind of skills would I have as that person? And every day you're measuring, am I building that? Am I moving towards that? Am I becoming that? On some days you may be, on some days you may not be. But the feedback loop is so instant and so incredible that when internal growth happens, nothing in the world, I mean, nothing can stop you from getting the result. Like Seth Godin, one of my favorite authors, he says this beautifully. I'm not sure if I'm getting the quote right, but I know it goes something like this: that people want other people to remark their work, to notice their work. The question is, Have you made something remarkable in the first place? Is your product or service that great that people are going to remark about it? If not, what are you expecting the remarkability for? Just like that, the quickest and the fastest way to ensure that you get what you want in your life is to become so good of a person and give it so much of you that it would be logically, mathematically, scientifically, magically, God, by God's grace, it becomes impossible for you to not get the result that you want. Now, this path requires resilience, this path requires patience, but when you choose internal transformation and internal growth over just chasing the external rewards, fulfillment goes high, feedback loops get shorter, and growth actually starts happening in a way which changes your life rather than just the result that comes in, because you become a whole new person with whole new skills, confidence, patience, success, growth, and that allows you not only to get to the goal but maintain it as well. So if all this while you've been chasing your goals, my question for you that I would like you to ponder upon today is, what are the maintenance skills, actions, and traits for my goals that I'm missing? Write them down, consciously start to build them, and you'll be amazed at how easy success gets for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for tuning into this live. As always, I'm extremely grateful for your time, attention, and presence. It means the world to me. I'll see you once again tomorrow at the same time. That is 8:30 p.m. IST. Bye. Thank you so much.